Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials. This session is meant for class 12th biology students and this is meant for 14th August 2020. Our memory helps us in tracing out what we have been studying, and it also tells us how far we have understood, and if there are any doubts remaining in our mind, let us clear all those. Yesterday, I have introduced this chapter and I have asked all of you to write down the structures like all the sugars, ribulose sugar, deoxyribulose sugar, purines, pyrimidines, phosphate group, nucleosides, nucleotides. But unfortunately, it is observed that none of you have put this in our group. So I am forced to repeat these structures and I am expecting this by tomorrow at least. So basically, there are two nucleic acids. So nucleic acids are big molecules, macromolecules present in all living cells. And Friedrich Mascher was the first person isolated the nucleic acids from the pus cells. He called it as nuclein. As it has an acidic nature, hence Altman called it as nucleic acids. As I said yesterday, there are two types of nucleic acids found in all living organisms. One is DNA, another is RNA. DNA expansion, deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA expansion, ribonucleic acid. So DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is the genetic material of all living organisms. If someone asks you what is your secret, we say our DNA. So this carries the coded information from one generation to another generation. So the information is in the form of code language. So we have to decode that. It's a longer polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. Yesterday I said nucleotides are three molecules joining together. That is sugar, phosphate plus nitrogen bases. I said sugar, phosphate and SPN. I said SPN is equal to nucleotide. And since one atom of oxygen is missing, we said deoxy. And the sugar is ribulose. Hence, DNA is a polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. And polymer, as all of you know, you have studied in chemistry, is a union of many monomers. Here the monomer is one nucleotide. So like that, many nucleotides join together and make a polymer. So DNA is a polymer. The length of the DNA depends on number of nucleotide pairs present in it. In eukaryotic cell, eukaryotic, U means clear, karyon means nucleus. A cell in which the nucleus is very clear is eukaryotic cell. So it is found in the nucleus. DNA is always found in the nucleus in a eukaryotic cell. It is the chief component of chromosomes. So basically you have a cell, living cell. Within the cell you go to the nucleus. Within the nucleus you go to the chromosomes, and inside the chromosomes DNA will be there, and portion of DNA is genes, and the genes will have coded language, and the coded language contains our secrets that generation to generation get information. So DNA also found in mitochondria as well as chloroplast. When I was talking about UPSC NDA question paper, I told you repeatedly this question is asked. DNA along with the nucleus of the cell, it is also present individually in mitochondria as well as chloroplast. Chemically, DNA is composed of, as I said, three chemical substances: deoxyribose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous bases. So there are two nitrogenous bases, as you may recall from yesterday's class, purines and pyrimidines. So basically deoxyribulose sugar is a pentose sugar, five carbon as you are seeing in the ring. So it's a pentose sugar having molecular formula C5H10O4. Now you can see the structure here. Take a paper, pencil, draw it and count the number of carbons. You should get 5 as you have you are able to observe in this diagram. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth carbon. So it's a pentose sugar. And why it is deoxyribulose? At second carbon position, carbon 2 position, you can observe instead of hydroxyl group, OH group, it is only hydrogen. So O is missing. That's why deoxyribulose. And what about phosphate group? It is basically a phosphoric acid, and it has got P, O on three sides and OH. So it is PO3 or PO4H, you can say. And this group combines with sugar. The phosphoric acid forms the phosphate group. So its molecular formula is H3PO4, as you are able to see. H3PO4, and 2H plus will be going out when it combines with the sugar, ribulose sugar. So it is responsible for acidic nature of DNA. We said deoxyribonucleic acid. That word acid is coming because of the acidic nature. And who is giving the acidic nature to DNA? It is the phosphate group, H3PO4. Now coming to nitrogen bases. Nitrogenous bases are the nitrogen containing compounds. These are mainly divided into two types, purines and pyrimidines. As I said yesterday in our class, purines are having two rings. So it's a double ring heterocyclic structural compounds. I will repeat, purines are the double ring heterocyclic structural compounds. The two types of purines present in DNA are adenine and guanine. I said how to remember in the exam. You keep it an abbreviation, PAG, P-A-G. P for purines, A for adenine, G for guanine. So PAG, PAG. Or you can write it reverse, GAP, gap, guanine, adenine is equal to purines. And now take a paper and pencil, draw the structure. You need to draw two rings, double ring structure. And then we come to next one, pyrimidine. Pyrimidines, unlike purines, they are single ringed structures. So pyrimidines are the single ringed structures, and these two types of pyrimidines present in DNA are cytosine and thymine. So you can say pick T. There for purines we said P, and we said GAP, gap, G guanine, A adenine, P purine. Now for this you can say it as pick T, PY means pyrimidine, C for cytosine, T for thymine. So you can remember it as pick T, PYC-T. So how is that the nitrogen base is getting linked to the pentose sugar? You can see here there is a glycosidic bond. The linkage between the sugar molecule and nitrogen base is through a bond called glycosidic bond. So basically you have nucleosides to begin with. So what are nucleosides? Again, yesterday I said it is pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base. So SN. So in the word nucleosides, spelling NUCLEOSIDES. You see, first letter is N and in between S is there, N and S. So you can remember it as N for nitrogen bases and S for sugar. So nucleoside is nitrogenous bases plus sugar molecule. So that becomes nucleoside. A nitrogen base attached to the C1 of the pentose sugar. C1 means carbon 1 pentose sugar by N-glycosidic linkage, as you are able to see in the diagram. That's how glycosidic bond is formed. Through this glycosidic bond, nitrogenous base is attached to pentose sugar. And in DNA, nucleosides are formed by the combination of deoxyribose sugar and nitrogenous base. That's how nucleosides are formed. So depending upon what type of nitrogenous base is combining with the deoxyribose sugar, we have got names for that. If adenine combines with the deoxyribose sugar, it is called deoxyadenosine. Guanine combines with deoxyribose sugar, it is named as deoxyguanosine. Cytosine combines with deoxyribose sugar, it is called deoxycytidine. Thymine, on the other hand, combines with deoxyribose sugar. It is called deoxythymidine. And the diagrams are there. All the 4 diagrams you need to draw. Take a pencil, draw the diagrams and post it in our group. This is compulsory. By tomorrow, I should see all the diagrams of all the 47 children. And then we come to nucleotides. The compound formed by the combination of phosphate group with nucleosides. So what is a nucleotide? Nucleoside plus phosphate. So you can say nucleoside, NSP. So you get NSP, nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate. That becomes nucleotide. So again, depending upon which nitrogenous base is combining, there are 4 types of nucleotides present in DNA. Deoxyadenosine monophosphate, if there is adenine. Second, deoxyguanosine monophosphate, if the nitrogen base is guanine. Deoxycytidine monophosphate, if the nitrogen base is cytine. And deoxythymidine, T for thymine, C for cytosine, okay, monophosphate. Now here, this is how you have to link the nitrogenous base to sugar and phosphate. So combination of all these 3 will form nucleotide. And you must remember that nitrogen bases, let it be any nitrogen base, whether it is purine or pyrimidine, it always gets attached to first carbon of the 5 carbons that are present in the sugar. And phosphate group is attached to 4th carbon of the sugar. That's how you get a nucleotide. And since DNA is polynucleotide, you must keep on adding one after the other. Then it becomes a one strand of a ladder. Similarly, you make another strand. So you get a ladder, 2 structures. And when it is energized, it gets twisted and forms what is called double helix. For the discovery of this double helix structure of DNA and RNA, 2 professors were awarded Nobel Prize. Those professors, as you may recollect, Professor Watson and Professor Crick. And we must be thankful to those 2 professors because we are able to know the secrets of all the living organisms. So polynucleotide strand will be like this. Again, take a pencil, take a paper, draw this. You get the nitrogen bases on the right side, phosphate group on the left side. So number of nucleotides linked with each other by phosphodiester bond. There is a bond, phosphodiester bond, and forms a long chain of molecule called polynucleotide strand. So if someone asks you what is a DNA, your answer should be it is a polynucleotidal chain. Okay, so what is a DNA? Polynucleotidal strand. And what is a nucleotide? It is a combination of all the 3: nitrogenous base, sugar molecule and phosphate molecule, NPS. So the phosphodiester bond forms between 5th and 3rd carbon, as you are able to see, 5th and 3rd carbon atom position of pentose sugar. Therefore, polynucleotide strand contains 5th and 3rd end. We give the code language like 5' and 3'. So keep remembering this. And these are the 2 great professors. You can watch them. Professor Watson and Professor Crick first proposed the structural model of DNA in 1953, and they got the Nobel Prize for their work in 1962. According to Watson and Crick model, the DNA contains 2 polynucleotide strands coiled together in helical manner. Hence the name Watson and Crick gave as double helix structure of DNA. And this is how Professor Watson looks. And we are all lucky that he is still alive. So at the age of, what is so great about Professor Watson? At the age of 34, he got Nobel Prize. Normally at the age of 34, people will be doing PhD and at the most PG. But here, at the age of 34, he discovered DNA and he got Nobel Prize in 1962 at the age of 34. That is the greatness of Professor Watson. And Professor Crick, he shared the Nobel Prize with him, and we must be thankful to these 2. So they described the structure as follows. The DNA is a double-stranded polynucleotide molecular structure. Sugar, phosphate forms the backbone and the nitrogen bases projected to inside. The two strands are coiled with each other and are arranged anti-parallel, just like railway lines will be there, no? Like that, anti-parallel. If one strand has 5' to 3', the other will be having naturally 3' to 5' in the direction. The two strands of DNA have the common diameter of 20 degrees angstrom units. Adenine of one strand pairs with thymine. Yesterday I said AT, and it is connected with each other. They are bonding with each other through two hydrogen bonds. A double bond hydrogen T and vice versa. T double bond hydrogen bond with A. So it can be A, T, or it can be T and A. Similarly, guanine stands pairs with cytosine. But here 3 hydrogen bonds will be there. Or it can be cytosine through 3 hydrogen bonds can pair with guanine. So it is always GC or CG. So the base pair rule is it has to be AT or TA or GC or CG, and in between weak hydrogen bond is there, and sometimes it is better to have some weakness, because through that weakness we are able to break the DNA molecule and replication of DNA takes place. Varieties are formed in organisms because of the weakness of the bond, hydrogen bond. Because of the complementary base pairing arrangement, if one strand of polynucleotide sequence is known, another can be deduced. Normally this is a 1 mark question in your CBSE exam. So just see here, we are taking one strand with a 5' to 3', and we are writing the nitrogen bases A, G, C, T, 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 A, and you have to write complementary. But you must remember here, you get mark only when you write the direction also. If question is 5th' to 3rd', you must start with 3rd' to 5th' because anti-parallel. And if adenine is there, you know the base pair rule. If the adenine is there in the question, in the answer it should be T because AT, thymine. If question contains guanine, in answer you should write cytosine, and vice versa. C, G, T, A, T, A. So write this, but do not forget to write the direction 3rd' to 5th'. So the complementary strand twisted each other at a distance of 34 degrees angstrom units. Each twist of DNA contains 10 base pairs. This is compulsory. Again, this UPSC NDA question, how many base pairs will be there in a twist? So 10 base pairs. The distance, normally 34 degrees by 10, it is 3.4. So the distance between the two base pairs, 3.4 degrees angstrom units. So this is how our DNA will be there inside the cell. It looks like a ladder. Nichenege is 5' to 3' and 3' to 5' with nitrogenous bases. So sugar, phosphate backbone and nitrogen base are inside. So the sugar molecule and the phosphate will form the vertical strands, and horizontal strands are formed by nitrogenous bases. And when this ladder gets energized, it becomes twisted, like you are seeing in the right side diagram. And I want you to focus on the prime, 5' to 3' and 3' to 5', and 34 angstrom units, and the distance is 3.4 nanometers, and in each loop you can see 0.34 nanometers. So there is a minor groove, there is a major groove, and then centrally there are nitrogenous bases, and horizontally the nitrogen bases are helping. And thanks, as I said, there is a double bond hydrogen and there is a triple bond hydrogen between C and G, and these weak bonds will be broken when we supply a little bit of energy. Thus DNA gets replicated, and replication of DNA leads to formation of varieties of genes, and varieties of genes will be giving way to new characters. Thus organisms will be a variety. Further we are able to see this how the phosphate molecule is there when it is a twisted one, nitrogen bases, Baezer group,